This is a guitar amplifier from a local customer, and that's the model number, MUSTANG GT40. It's a PR4399. The customer are ready to get apart. Check it and couldn't figure out. And he did bring everything apart like this with screws. This is our own power cord. This is a part of the board. We're going to check where this comes from. This one is a wood screw. Alright, let's check and see what's going on here. Yeah, what the customer said is everything works, so why you bring it here? But there is no sound. Yeah, that's mean if amplifier has no sound, that's everything, right? Everything is not working. You know, always customer try to make it a simple job. Let's check, and we go. I'm gonna plug back the speakers. We'll plug the power cord. Yeah, the screen is on. Okay, the device is on. Let's plug something to it. Yeah, I don't hear anything. So there is a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. I don't know how to select the auxiliary because we have no sound from it. So let's go to the Bluetooth. Let's connect my phone. Try to connect Bluetooth to it and see what's doing. Yeah, there is a sound, but it's very far. If you can hear it, it's very, very far. Let's move this speaker there now. And I'm gonna connect my speaker wire direct to the output of the speakers. So that's gonna give me a space to work. Yeah, there is just a couple screws holding these boards. Customer took all the screws. That's the power board. And I think maybe it has an amplifier section too. Yes, this is the speaker coils and this is the amplifier IC. So that's amplifier IC is a TDA 7492P. Let's go look online schematic for this IC to see where is the outputs, the inputs, mute, power, and enable pins. So this is the chip, model number, and let's go look for the pin setup. So we have the output here, number 2 and 3, and there is another output here, 8 and 9, 10 and 11, and output here 16 and 17. So basically each 2 pins is for one, or each 4 pins is for one speaker, and each 2 pin for one wire speaker, because this chip is a stereo. It has 2 output speakers. So we have VDD right here, number 19, that's the power line, standby, mute, these 2 inputs here, 22 and 23, and we have another inputs in the 33 and 32. So about like 30 volt power line, or here the VCC is between 8 to 26 volt. Let's see the other pins. Yeah, yep, that's what it is. Each 2 pins is for one wire speaker. So the mute and standby is connected to the 3.3 volt. It's here. So between standby and mute, if we have 0, 0, it will be standby. In the play mode, we need the 3.3 and 3.3 volt in both lines, standby and mute, to be in the play mode. So we need these two pins have a 3.3 volt. Alright, let's check the chip. The first we're going to do is solder these speaker wires to here. That's going to give us a space to move. We need to check the amplifier IC, because we have the sound output. It's mean we have the sound input, but the output is not that clear. Alright, we solder it to these two pins right here. Alright, let's cover that section for the power and let's check. So that's the amplifier IC. We have the VCC line right here. That's the pin number 1. You can see these two pins is output. This is 4 pins is 1 speaker. And let's plug it to the power and power it on. It's on now. And we check. So we have 3.3 volt right here. 3.3 right here, that's the VCC, and 3 volt. And I think one of these pins is the input voltage. We check. So we have 0 volt right here, 19 volt, and in these pins 19 volt, must be that's the power for the amplifier right here. That's the 10 volt is going to the coils, so that's the output speaker. We have 10 volt. This is the other output. Nine volt, must be that's the ground. This is the ground. We have 19 volt from the amplifier. We have the 3.2 volt and VCC. We have standby and mute button voltages. These two pins here is one input that's going to this two capacitor, and we have these two here. That's another input, right and left. These two capacitor right here. So this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to use an audio jack that's connecting to a sound source, computer or cell phone or anything. I'm going to play something on it. Then I'm going to give that sound to the amplifier IC from the input. Just want to see if this IC it works. So right here, and so that's the audio jack. So already now we have a source sound to here. If I am, you can hear it. And so let's give that sound to the IC. So these two pins here is close to each other, so it's better. You can hear always. Okay. So yeah, so you can hear that noise. That's enough test to know that the amplifier IC it works. So the IC, it works good. The amplifier IC works fine with no problem. So the problem that we have is from the source. And right here we have channel plus and channel 1 plus and channel 1 negative. And we can give the sound to here. But look, what's here, the sound is very far. And here the sound good. So could be one of these components is bad, or could be from the source is bad. So it's the same sound to here. We have a transistor. Okay, so from that transistor to over there we have good sound, but from this resistor we don't have the sound good, not this side, not that side. I'm gonna do something else. So let's disconnect. We disconnect this cable if we're going to have a sound, if that cable is disconnected. So I'm going to give the sound to the same place, channel 1 positive and negative. Now we have no sound. Oh no, the device is off. Let's power it on. Okay, so that's a proof of all these components right here are good, include the amplifier IC. The problem that we have, it came from this cable. And that cable came from this board right here. Damn, this board is extremely hot. We have a controller IC over there, and hopefully the controller IC is still good. We have 2 preamp chips right there. We have some capacitor. Let's check that. It's already off. We're gonna check this chip, this board, and we see what's going on. Because we know the amplifier, it works. We have the sound with no problem. We have a lot of voltage regulators right here, some diodes. Plug the device to the power, and we check the voltage in that regulator. Is everything connected? Yeah. Okay, let's check the voltage and the regulators. Let's turn it on again. So in this regulator right here, how much we have? So we have 18 volt in this pan, 0.1 volt in this pan. I'm sure this is a regulator, but this one looks different. L372. Yeah, this one L372. Not sure about that chip. This is for sure is a voltage regulator, and the output of it is right here, 5 volt. So this is must be that's the 5-volt regulator. The input is a 7-volt, the output is a 5-volt. This regulator right here is a 4.6, the output. The input is a 8-volt. This regulator right here, 3.3 volt, the input is 8 volt. And another regulator right here, the output 5 volt, input should be 8 volt. We see something here, it said you can see that 5 volt and 6 volt maybe is from this 2 capacitor. We have 5 volt right there. 6 volt we don't have it. 5 volt, it's right there. So the 6 volt pin, we don't have the voltage over there. Let's go check if it is shorted to the ground. Right there, 5 and 6 volt. So we have 5 volt, but we don't have 6 volt. No, it's not shorted to the ground. 0.1 volt. Let's see if there is any of this regulator getting warm. Yeah, this regulator here is a little bit hot. Yep. Oh, that's really hot. See that bubbling, and I think maybe that's one. It's causing the controller to get hot, and that's the area that I told you the first was getting warm. Okay, let's turn it off and we check to the ground. 0.4. I don't see a short right here. Okay, 0.1. 0.2. 0.2. Yeah, that's a low ohm right there. 0.04, and in this capacitor is completely shorted. .1. This is a completely short. And that one is a low ohm. Let's check the other side. You know what, let's take the board from here, it's going to be more easy. So we have this chip, it's getting extremely hot. We have some weird reading. and these capacitors. .7, and if we flip 0.4, 0.4, 0.7. Could be both of these diode bad. Could be, yeah. Let's check some capacitors right here to see, because if it is a shorted capacitor, is going to be putting stress in the regulator. If we can't find anything, then we go remove that regulator and see. Alright, these capacitors. This capacitor is a 0 volt. So we have one capacitor is 0 volt. This capacitor right here supposed to give us 6 volt, and we have 0 volt over there. But doesn't this short it? No. That's a lower reading. Right here is a lower reading. Lower reading. So we have these two capacitors and this capacitor right here. That's what we have, a lower reading. So all these three and the other side. Let's get the power supply and then inject the voltage. So let's set up the power supply at 1 volt. Just like that. Let's put that one on the ground. And so taking 30 milliamp. This is the ground. This is 30 milliamp. Okay, let's see that regulator. I feel regulator is warm as well. Oh, something hot here. Okay, let's inject the voltage. All right. You see the alcohol moving? Short. What about this? Yep, that's shorted capacitor too. Okay, let's inject right here. So that's the capacitor we have. Is getting hot, and hopefully that's what it's bad. Gonna use 2 solder iron. We keep it over there. See here, do we still have the short? No more short. No more short. And that's the shorted capacitor. Yep, no more short over there. So we are gonna leave this capacitor empty here. So is no capacitor is better than wrong capacitor. So if we put some capacitor with the wrong specs right here, it may cause a problem in the future. And I don't have a similar donor board to take that capacitor from. So the first option is just leave it empty. And let's be sure there is no short bridge over there. Yep, it's good. Let's put it together and test it. Alright, let's power on the amplifier, put something on the phone. Free copyright music. Let's see. It works. It works. Alright, yeah, it fixed. So let's see, just to be sure, that pad that we had 6 volt and was missed 6 volt. So that's what it was, the 6 volt line, it was shorted from that capacitor. Yeah, we put the speaker together and let's power it on. Yeah, I put these 2 screws for me just to hold this part. Maybe the customer has the screws as well. Let's play. So it works. This is all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you again.